First item on the agenda is going to be a request for bill introductions. Representative Dietrich, or Senator Dietrich, I'm sorry. I know you're house trained, so
I do appreciate that.
yeah. Welcome to the committee, Senator.
Thank you. Senator Brenda Dietrich, representing District 20, which is Southwest Topeka and a little piece of Wabunsee County. I'm here today to introduce RS 0977, which is a bill concerning surplus property and public airport authority, primarily relating to bonding authority, and it's in relation to our MTAA, which is the Metropolitan Topeka Airport Authority.
Anybody have any questions? Are there any objections? Okay, without objection, the bill is introduced.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Chair.
Senator.
Thank you, committee.
Do we have any other bill introductions? Representative Hoy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have 23 RS 0915, removing the county designation from being printed on license plates.
Anybody have any questions? Are there any objections to the introduction? Okay, seeing none, the bill is introduced. Any other bill introductions? Mr. Stuckey, welcome to the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. This is my first time before the Transportation Committee this year, but my name is Randy Stuckey, and I serve as General Counsel and Senior Vice President of Government Affairs for the Kansas Grain and Feed Association. It's on behalf of that association and in partnering with the Kansas Department of Transportation this afternoon, that we would seek introduction of a bill. It's a proposal to combine the Rail Service Improvement Program and the Short Line Rail Improvement Fund. So two existing funds for administrative purposes and otherwise join those together in one fund for the short lines and rail siding granulators. And the RS number is 23RS0961.
Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any objections to the introduction? If not, the bill is introduced. Thank you, Mr. Stuckey. Any other bill introductions? This is the last day for bill introductions. Representative Melton.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to introduce RS 0973, and it's to bring forward a license plate that will just say Back the Blue on it, and the yearly fee will be donated or sent to local law enforcement training reimbursement fund, and it's open to all, not just law enforcement.
Does anybody have any questions regarding the introduction? Representative Hoy, did you have a question? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Are there any objections to the introduction? Okay. If not, the bill is introduced. Other bill introductions? All right. I don't see any other bill introductions. So, committee, today we're going to work some of the bills that we've already heard. The first bill I want to work today will be House Bill 2014, which designates a portion of U.S. Highway 69 in Crawford County as the Robert Lesson Memorial Highway. Chris, can you give us a brief overview? Yeah, fine.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee, House Bill 2014 was the bill we heard last Thursday, February 2nd. Designates a portion of U.S. Highway 69 in Crawford County as the Robert Lesson Memorial Highway. The highway will be on U.S. 69 from K47 Highway going north to U.S. 69's junction with 650th Avenue. Signs won't be placed until the Secretary of Transportation receives 150% of the cost of the signs for maintenance or the placement of the sign. Be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions for the reviser? All right, committee, just for your information, I'm going to try to follow the procedure. When we do these, we're going to open to work the bill. We're going to take amendments, and then we'll just have one motion at the end to either approve the bill as amended or approve the bill, So that's kind of the way we're going to do it. So are there any amendments to the bill? Seeing none, Chair would entertain a motion to go ahead, Representative.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would
like to make a motion that the committee vote HB 2014 favorably for passage.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee House Bill 2019 was heard on January 26th. It would establish conditions for when a TNC Transportation Network company driver would be an independent contractor for the TNC. This bill would amend this statute into the Kansas Transportation Network Company Services Act. The conditions for when a driver would be an independent contractor rather than an employee would include: the TNC does not have specific hours for when the driver must work. The TNC does not limit the person from driving on other TNC networks. The TNC does not limit the person from working other jobs. And the TNC and the driver have agreed in writing that the driver is an independent contractor. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Does anybody have any questions for the reviser? Seeing none, if everybody will take a second to glance at the fiscal note, doesn't appear that there's a fiscal impact to the state on this. Okay, with that, are there any amendments to the bill? Is there any discussion on the bill? If not, is there a motion to approve the bill favorably? Representative Neely.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would make a motion that the committee vote HB 2019 favorably for passage.
Is there a second? Second by Representative Hoheisel. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. All those opposed? Would anybody like their vote recorded? Okay, Representative Milton would like to be recorded as a no. Representative Weigel as a no. Representative O'Hobbesum as a no. Representative Hoy is a no. Representative Ballard is a no. Motion carries. Okay. Next item on the agenda is House Bill 2020. Mr. Wagner, could you give us an overview?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee House Bill 2020 also was heard on January 26th, provides that the implementation or use of a motor carrier safety improvement that are required by a motor carrier or such motor carrier's related entity shall now affect, impact, or change the worker status of a driver. The bill would define what a motor carrier safety improvement would be, which means any device, equipment, technology, policy, training program, or practice to improve or facilitate compliance with traffic laws or vehicle and traffic safety. This bill would be part of and supplemental to other employment laws and related matters, sort of in the employment chapter of the KSAs. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Wagner? Okay. If everybody will look at the fiscal note again, it doesn't appear that there's a fiscal effect on the operations of a Department of Transportation or the Highway Patrol or the KCC. So is there any discussion? Are there any amendments to the bill? If not, is there a motion? Representative Neely.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd make a motion that the committee vote HB 2020 favorable for passage.
Second is by Representative Ballard. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. That kind of went pretty quick. At the bottom of today's agenda, you can see what we've got on schedule for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, we're going to have a hearing on HB 2148. For some of you who have been around a couple of years, that's the fee bill that the treasurers have requested for a number of years. They happen to be in town for their state convention, so we'll be having that hearing On February 8th, we're going to have HB 2146 on the 30 miles over the speed limit and 2149 about distinctive license plates. If you have any amendments that you would like to get to either of these bills, please let me know. There's a number of amendments that I know that are floating around already, so that we don't have duplication of amendments. Let's just keep the conversations open. But yeah, try to get those things done. Thursday, I believe we're going to possibly have a hearing on a bill that was introduced regarding nursing homes and senior citizens being able to get a handicap distinction for their vehicles. So, is there anything else for the committee? If not, thanks everybody. We're adjourned.